In this video, I'll be doing something a bit different. I'll be comparing BTL to BTC to BLT. Okay, just kidding about the last one, but no disrespect to the bacon, lettuce and tomato sandwiches. Mwah. In all seriousness, I will be comparing residential property with crypto assets and giving my conclusion on what is the best investment in 2022. Welcome to Estate Agent Insider, your go-to channel for expert property tips and advice, or at least one day it will be. If you're passionate about property, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend to tell a friend, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Before we look into what is the best investment in 2022, for full disclosure, I should mention that I am invested in both residential property and crypto assets, and although I will provide my opinion in this video, you should always do your own research, and remember, none of this is financial advice. I will be assessing these two asset classes by breaking them down into 5 categories and seeing how they compare. These categories will be short-term investment, long-term investment, risk and potential, accessibility, and security. Looking at residential property first, having a plan of buying and selling within 2 years is a pretty short time scale to expect any kind of significant gains. Of course, if you do have experience in property development and acquiring cheap properties and refurbishing them, then you can likely add value to see a decent return on your investment within these timescales, but it's highly unlikely to be more than 50% increase on your initial investments. If you don't have experience in property development, then I would suggest any significant gains are unlikely in less than 2 years, unless the area you have invested in is experiencing dramatic capital growth during this period. As for crypto assets, 2 years is actually considered a medium to long-term investment. And as you can see from the Bitcoin chart, if history is anything to go by, you could easily see well over 100% gains on your initial investment within a 2-year period. At the time of recording, Bitcoin accounts for approximately 40% of the overall cryptocurrency market cap and Ethereum 20%. So for the purpose of this video, I will mainly be referring to these two crypto assets as they are the big dogs in this new asset class. Typically, this will be the minimum length of time you will be looking to hold residential property for before you sell. It's interesting looking at how prices have risen across the UK over the last 15 years. For example, looking at the London market, it experienced a huge amount of capital growth between 2010 to 2015. So if you invested at the start of this period, the property value likely would have increased 50 to 100% just for holding for a few years without doing anything to the property to add value. In the same time period, there was minimal capital growth for property in other parts of the UK. However, the London market between 2015 and 2022 has seen minimal capital growth, while in the same period of time, residential property in other parts of the UK has seen dramatic increases in value, particularly in 2021. This highlights the importance of timing and investing in a location that is experiencing healthy capital growth. Having looked at the potential returns for both asset classes as a short and long-term investment, there is no question that there are larger gains to be had with crypto assets than residential property. However, with more potential comes more risk, and it's not uncommon for crypto assets to dump 90% in value. It's a far more volatile market, and when you consider that there are currently approximately 1,700 different cryptocurrencies available, it's advisable to conduct thorough research on any coin you are looking to invest in, as 95% of these assets are likely to fail over the long term. As a general rule, the higher the market cap of the coin, the safer longer term investment it will be, as Bitcoin and Ethereum are likely to still be around in 10 years time, whereas this will not be the case for the vast majority of the other cryptocurrencies. On the same note, the lower cap coins have greater potential in terms of how much they can grow, but it's advisable not to hold these for as long. For the average working person, financially you need to save for a long time to be in a position where you can acquire residential property. However, with crypto, you can invest as little or as large an amount as you desire, so it gives everyone an opportunity to participate. You can easily sign up with one of the many centralized exchanges such as Binance, FTX, Coinbase and Crypto.com, to name a few, and make a small deposit to get started on your crypto journey. The technology which crypto assets are built on, known as blockchain, is actually a far more secure and sophisticated system than we currently have in place, and eventually likely to replace a lot of the current infrastructure we have for things such as medical records, land registry documents, and even how we vote. However, the technology is still in its infancy and not particularly user-friendly in its current form. Unfortunately, this means that the crypto space is a playground for scammers, and you have to be particularly careful when transferring your crypto from one place to another, as well as taking the time to fully research the project you are looking to invest in. To conclude, the best investment you can make in 2022 is both. If you have enough capital, then it's advisable to have a varied investment portfolio. And personally, I think residential property and cryptocurrencies are the best two asset classes to invest in right now. If you don't have enough capital to invest in property, or even if you do, I would still recommend investing at least 5% of your net worth in crypto assets, as it's comparable to investing in .com companies in the late 90s, as it still has a long way to go. If you would like to find out more about crypto assets, then please feel free to ask any questions in the comments section. There are, of course, hundreds of crypto YouTubers out there, so I don't plan on diving too deep into this space in the future, but do feel there is some value comparing it to property investment, so may dip into this area every now and then. As always, do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.